Hello, it's Phil Thatch, and I'm working on another one of the David Saylor's weekly photo challenges that he does on his live stream. And this week, the challenge is to make a still life photo of camera gear. And I'm going to make a photo of camera gear, but I do still life photos of camera gear all the time to put pictures of cameras in my videos and pictures of lenses in my videos. So I've kind of been in the mood to play with flashes a little bit lately. I've done a couple of videos playing with flashes, and the second of those two videos was another David Saylor's challenge where I did a selfie, and in that one I had a flash to one side of me and a flash behind me, and the flash behind me I never could get to go, so I'm kind of moving the receivers a little bit closer and doing it indoors this time to see if I can get it to go. So there is an SB700 flash, and that's a Yongnuo trigger that a user or a viewer of mine named Douglas Mischel helped me learn the pronunciation of. So there's one flash and Yongnuo trigger, and over here is another one. I've got this one that's going to fire behind me. And I'm going to be sitting in this chair. It's a handmade chair that my sister's husband made. And these are supposed to be outside, but the thing's handmade and just beautiful. And I didn't want to get torn up with the weather. So at least for now, for the first few years anyway, I'm going to keep them inside. I may kick them out at one point, but just really cool handmade chair. Here's the Yongnuo transmitter for the flash triggers, and you can see I have both flashes at 1/4 power. So for today's shot, I'm going to be using my old Nikon D800. This is the most expensive camera I've ever purchased, and these days, instead of getting the super megapixel $3,500 camera when I go to the newest version, I tend to do the medium megapixel, so I'd get the Z6 instead of the Z7 or the D750 instead of the D850. But this old camera still works well. It's kind of slow in terms of frame rate and things like that, but it does have lots of resolution. And I'll also be using my 105 millimeter NIKKOR f2.5 portrait lens, the same one that was used on the famous Afghan girl picture. Heather got me this lens for Valentine's Day, and I like to use it when I can. That old lens is manual focus, so I just had Heather sit in the chair where I'm going to be sitting, and I put the camera on live view, and I opened the lens all the way up to f2.5 and focused on her eye, and then just left it alone. And of course, I'm doing the shot at f8 ISO 100 and 1/200th of a second. Figured f8 I'd have a little bit more depth of field. I'm going to be using my huge 500 millimeter f4 lens, and I want the camera, I've got the Z50 on it, I want the Z50 to be in focus, and I want the giant lens to drift out of focus the closer it gets to the camera that's taking the picture and the further away from my face. And I think f8 is working about right for it. Okay, so I have a timer set for 20 seconds. And I'll probably, after I press the shutter button, I'll probably cut some of the 20 seconds out. So if you see a jump in the video, that's what's up. I've got the timer set for 20 seconds. It's going to do 5 shots because these Yongnuo flash triggers, sometimes they work and sometimes they don't. So with 5 shots, surely one of them will have both flashes go. And let me take my glasses off. There we go. Plenty of time to get in the chair and get the 500 f4. We made several attempts, and I'll show you the beginning of a number of them because I think it's funny how long it took us to figure it out. But I won't show you the full 5 shots again until we actually get the successful shot. Okay, that should be that. Did the flashes appear to be flashing each time? Heather's nodding her head affirmative. So now I'll take a look. Okay, so that last attempt was a failure. Well, I mean, it came out pretty good. The exposures are about right, but I recomposed. One of my elbows was cut off. And also, because this is during the pandemic. I'm wearing pajama pants for this. Okay, so we're trying a different angle here. I was sitting in this chair and the photo was coming out pretty good, but I didn't like the way the being able to see the back of the chair brightly in the picture was looking. So we've swapped out the chair for a cooler to sit on, and we're going to try it again. Continuing to work on it, trying to get it just right. I've moved the camera back some. I've moved my stool back some to try to fit more of my torso in the shot, and got the flash as close as I can get it. I've switched to f11 from f8. Okay, we're going to do it again, but this time I'm going to have a reflector girl. It's Heather. She's holding a towel. I don't have a reflector, but she's holding it to where hopefully some of the light off of this flash will bounce off that towel and hit the other side just a little bit. So, all right, reflector girl assistant, shot f11, take 269,416. Glasses off. Okay, we're doing another reflector girl shot, and this time I've increased the power on the rear flash all the way to 100%. So I'm thinking that the rear flash might reflect off of reflector girl's towel. All right, we're trying this again. Reflector girl is getting tired. So is camera nerd boy. Okay, so this would end up being the set of shots that had the keeper in it, and it was the fourth of these 5. There's 1, 2, and 3, and this next shot is the keeper, and then the 5th one was not very good. Oh, good job, reflector girl. Good job, reflector girl. All right, so there it is, the finished product. It took us a long time to get it just right, or as close to just right as we could. It would probably not take so long if I was a better flash photographer, but it was still fun making the shot, and you can see the settings there on screen. ISO 100, 105 millimeters, f11, 1/200th of a second, and you can see it's a quarter power on the front flash and full power on the rear flash. I like how it turned out, finally. I should call this video how to completely destroy 14 AA batteries, which is, that's how many batteries the flash setup uses. And gosh, Heather is a trooper. We worked on this thing for, how long do you think we've been working on this thing? Over an hour, I would say. Yeah. Just over and over, trying out new flash positions, and having to refocus this manual focus lens, and reflectors, and just all sorts of stuff. So thanks for watching. Have a great day. Make sure to try out David Saylor's channel, the place where all these photography challenges that I've been doing over the last month or so have been coming from. And if you like the content, subscribe and hit the notification bell, and a thumbs up is always appreciated. And Heather and I, aka Reflector Girl, look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye-bye.